Okay, cool. Well, I'm Trey,
I'm Garth.
And I'm Marcus.
and once again, we're the team behind Comp Music, the social game for music. And as an artist, I came to understand the complexity of building community around your work. Getting music heard today means operating across distribution, content, analytics, social platforms, all optimized for reach and visibility. These systems connect millions of people instantly, but they're optimized for attention, not emotional depth. But before I made music, I was a fan. Music wasn't just content, it was identity. It helped me process who I was. It kept me company in my loneliest nights. And in the hundreds of conversations that we've had over the last 6 years, that emotional depth is universal. And this contrast revealed something important. We mastered distribution, we scaled access, we built virality, but we didn't build infrastructure for genuine emotional participation. And without that layer, we've seen that access doesn't convert into community cleanly.
Now, through our customer discovery and research, we found something consistent. Fan discovers Fans discover music weekly, but they experience it alone. They want connection, but there's no system designed to facilitate it. Songs go viral, but this doesn't always convert into fandom. So, social media is optimized to keep fans on the platform. So, the question then becomes, how do artists really build community beyond the platforms they perform on? And to answer that, we look to an industry that already solved this problem: gaming. And gaming didn't win because of access. Most games are free. Gaming won because it built infrastructure for participation. It turned engagement into belonging. From Discord to Twitch to Steam, gamers didn't just consume, they gathered. Music never built that layer. Streaming optimized access, social optimized clips, and comp is bringing that engagement layer to music.
Comp music is a social layer that sits on top of your streaming service. It doesn't replace them, it works with them. So I'm connected with my Apple Music right now. And what you're seeing is my real listening. My recently played, what my listening world. And this is our hub. So I'm just going to search up one of my own albums, but you can do this with whatever you want, or you can play your music as you normally would, and it mirrors in our app. But when I hit play, it triggers Apple Music, and streaming services power playback, and we power engagement. And now we're inside the player. You can scrub forward, go back, take more granular control because we want music to feel interactive. And I know sometimes I don't want to restart a whole song just to hear one part. And instead of passively listening, you can compose. You can be a composer. And the first is react. You can share how the music makes you feel. No rating system, no algorithmic pressure, just pure expression. And then next is blurbs. This is where you tell your music story. Those memories you attach to songs, they live here. And then next is the tag. Tags highlight what stand out: production, mood, energy, lyrics. Now other people can see why I like a song in particular. And then my personal favorite, the stamp. The stamps bookmark a specific moment. Now that part of a song you love lives on your profile and can be replayed in the moment. And while I just did those interactions, I earned resonance points, our version of XP. And I also spent Comcash. And Comcash is how we pay artists. Fans who opt in have autonomy to spend their Comcash, similar to giving bits on Twitch, but for artists. And then lastly, our profile. All the notes I've composed live here. Now my listening is visible, my unique taste, my sonic identity here. And this is how comp music turns passive listening into participation for everybody.
We've already seen early proof that our kind of engagement resonates. We constructed a single organic post on Reddit. From that, 63 different fans completed our album scoring MVP, and 19% came back and did it again. That tells us it just isn't about interest, but an emerging habit. So our next phase is more of a disciplined expansion. As we're entering private beta with nearly 300 active participants, with a goal of reaching 500 highly engaged music lovers, our focus is simple: validate participation, refine our mechanics, and measure that retention. This pre seed round is not solely about scale, it's about proving that music can function as a collaborative infrastructure. not just a passive consumption. If participation becomes ritual, the economic layer flows naturally. We believe music deserves a better place for community and connection. So if you have that same goal, scan the QR code to join our beta or connect with us. We're more than happy to answer any questions. Thanks, everyone.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna, let's see. William, you have a question, so I'll let you actually ask it live. Go for it.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. So I like the concept. What is sticking out to me is that it's very, so when I listen to Spotify, I am listening and I am having emotions and stuff, but I tend to like be working. So my question for you is, it seems like this is an isolation and all of the interaction seems more like something you would do like this listening with friends. So do you guys think people want to listen to music and have all this interaction, or is this something that's maybe more of a group activity? And have you, and as I was thinking about it further, I was like, well, if you are an A&R inside of a publishing company or a sync agent and you're listening with a purpose, and then you're able to share it. So I wanted to know your thoughts around that, because I just don't see anyone doing this in isolation.
That's a great question. Thank you. And we have thought about it a lot. So from our customer research, you would be surprised. Most people are like you. I mean, you said that you're listening to music and you're actively working or you're doing something functional. We've seen that in our research. And there's people like you and myself that there is that personal layer. And that's part of the reason that the app is designed the way it is, right? First is each interaction that you saw on screen, that takes seconds. So this is an easy thing for somebody to do in tandem with their listening. But as you said, it is a very natural progression for this to expand to be done in groups. I can very well see people throwing a DJ event or having a listening party and participating and composing things in real time. I see that as having a high financial upside for artists, great for exposure, very similar to how streaming works now. I don't know if you're familiar with, a hype train or various other things like that, but like this is designed to be that space, whether you're experiencing it personally, and it definitely has applications with groups as this grows.
Yeah,
Hopefully
and
that answers your question.
just to add a little bit on that as well. I think the biggest thing is that you can do it on your own, but overall it pushes the user towards that community engagement, because you might do a score on your own, and then I can talk to Trey and say, Trey, what would you score for this latest album? And it just encourages user engagement. And then on top of that, we can even listen to the album again and then score it together and see if anything changes or anything stuck out, or we get different impressions from different things. So I think it's best that it can do both. You can listen to it on your own, or you can do it in a group, but either way you're pushed towards, oh, what did my friend score for this album? Or what did this other like person that I look up to and I relate to, how did they like feel about this album? So it's really pushing the community together